this is an issue that makes me very anxious.
Well, it all falls down to, because now for the people we're talking about, so China and Australia at the moment are pretty much having, what do you call that? What is that? Mexican standoff pretty much. And China's obviously bringing out the tariffs.
Bro, China is going all out.
Yeah, China's going massively all out. So even this week when they released the photo.
The photo.
So what what's his name? The deputy what was it? The deputy director of the, what was it, man? Fuck, I missed it here. Of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Yeah,
there
Foreign
we
Affairs.
go.
That's correct.
The guy put up a video of not a video. Was it? Yeah, it was a photo.
Photo, yeah.
Of a soldier holding a dagger to a young kid.
It's
And
just
he was
trying to, like, a slitting with the photo action.
and it's like, don't be afraid. Everything, like, we're here to, like, pretty much just be
like that
freedom.
really annoys me because it's a bit hypocritical considering that they're doing all the shit they're doing to the Uyghurs in China.
Which is what everyone's saying.
Like, come on, bro. Who are you to point fingers? Like, shut the fuck up, China, yeah? Seriously.
So when it comes down to that, you can even put the Uyghurs to a side. Like, even if you just want to put that to a side, they've got the problem that they're having in Hong Kong. They got the problem that they're having in Taiwan. They got the problem that's having that everyone's putting the blame of obviously the COVID onto them.
Yeah.
And now it just feels like China's just retaliating to the world.
China's just got that fuck you attitude and it's going, fuck the world. Yeah, you can't. We're going to... Because, like, I feel like, bro, like, in my theory is, I think China's ready to take over. Well, like, call me conspiracy theorist, but I think the whole fuck you attitude is just them going, you know what, we're set up. We've conserved our raw materials. We're ready to go. You know, we're ready for war. I genuinely, I think it may lead to that. Bro, I was thinking about it. I go, how long has it been since World War II?
World War II ended in 1944. 44, I think. It started in 40 or 40.
Because it's, what is that?
Say early
80
40s.
years?
So we're looking at roughly 80
Fucking
years.
80 years.
80 years. Hey, look, the problem with a world war is the world has changed. Okay, we need to accept that. The world has changed considering the 1940s. All right, we had, even between then, you still had the Soviet Union, you still had the Vietnam War, you had all the problems in the Middle East as well. This all happened now. It hasn't necessarily gone to a world war yet. For a world war to happen, you need two superpowers to go ahead. Now, here's one superpower itself, which is China. Australia, I would not say is a superpower. Okay.
No, not in that sense, because who's Australia's biggest and thing ally?
It's the allies.
And the reason I put that theory, can I add to that point? America's copping fucking COVID up the ass. You know, they're saying every minute someone's dying. Like, you don't know what the conditions are. Obviously, I'm skeptical in the fact that, you know, heart attack, COVID. You know?
Yes.
You know, or whatever else. You know, he died in a car accident, COVID. He had COVID in his blood when he had the accident. But, like, the point I'm trying, America is weakened at the moment. They're going through the change period for the president.
Yeah.
You know, they still got it till January. So, Donald Trump's still putting up a fight, saying he's not acknowledging Biden.
Yeah,
you know
at all. Yeah.
At all. You know, and the point I'm trying to get at is, bro, what if China's gone, perfect moment, we're gonna take these guys out? Because what if they just go, you know what, that's it, World War, Call of Duty, Warzone 2. Or it's not Warzone. What was that one where they invade America? Or Russia invades America. But, you know, that's what I'm getting at.
The Cold War.
Because why, like, as if you don't... I don't know. Maybe China's just doing some secret shit. And I don't know. Call me skeptical. I don't give a shit. But I think China's doing something.
But you got to keep in mind, like with Australia, one of the biggest allies is the US. But we've got to keep in mind probably the greatest monarchy ever in human history. You got Britain, who is Australia, is part of the Commonwealth of the United Kingdom, not the United Kingdom, the Commonwealth of England at the end of the day.
Yeah, I know.
So, and England controls pretty much half the world anyway. But when it comes down to this now, this is where the problem is going to happen now. So with all the tariffs, everything, now you and I can go to the shops, we see a lot of shelves empty.
Yep.
Okay, this is obviously relates to the whole China thing. Also the coronavirus, where imports and exports are heavily delayed or they're just not coming. Now, does it come to a point where we nip it in the bud and go, you know what, let's stop relying on China. Okay? If it means, and this is where the biggest problem is, if it means that we have to pay more to be self-reliant, do we have to take that route?
if it's not being fought by the politicians or whoever decides where we go into that avenue, it should be we should definitely be thinking about it.
We should, and I get it from a sense of Australia has one of the highest labor costs on earth. Okay,
yeah.
I get that, but surely we need to look at this. Surely there's got to be a way. Yeah, and you know what the irony is this, and this is what fucking pisses me off about our government. It's like China goes, you know what, tariff this, tariff that. We're gonna stop importing beef, or we're gonna stop importing barley and the grain and the coal, and we're going to start reducing raw materials. And when we're there going, oh, but we shouldn't do this. These guys are just doing that. Man, turn around. We're not taking any more Chinese investors, unfortunately. Stop buying fucking our land. Do you know what I mean? Because China themselves, the government knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to get as much as their stuff anymore. Yeah, we're not going to.
That's what I'm saying.
Who's going to get hurt? Us or them?
Exactly.
It's literally chicken at the moment.
Yeah. Surely China's going, you know what? You're not the only guys that are producing barley.
Yeah. You're not the only one that's got raw materials.
Exactly.
You're not the
That's
only
why I'm like, bro, they're going balls out. They're going, you know what? Bring it. Like, let's go. You want to go? You want to talk shit? Well, you know, we're not going to talk shit. We're going to go into action.
Yeah, look, an example, man, the wine, that whole wine issue that kicked it off but the one that was actually highlighted in the media.
Yeah.
Originally, it was 107% tariffs. Okay, trying to raise that to 212%. Okay, now if you look at that, you know what the irony is? From that industry alone for Australia, that's 40% of Australia's exports. 40%.
Seriously.
So when you look at that and you go, okay, well, we just copped like 105% tariff on 40% of our exports. That's going to be a massive hit on that industry.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And this is what I'm trying to get at is more, do we start to find where we start to go, okay, you know what, you're going to do that? We're going to do our best to see what's out there, who else can potentially buy, where I'm not paying this 212%.
Well, you know what? Like, that's not, for me, that's not an issue, obviously, because I don't drink wine. And secondly...
But it's more jobs. You got to keep that in mind.
But like, nah, the avenue I'm trying to go down is hey, look, it's not a perishable product. If anything, it gets better in age, right? All right, you don't want it, fair enough. Let's either bring it back or take it to someone that wills. Or Thailand, you want wine? Or America, you want more wine? You know, like, surely, like, that is not a major issue, but it's obviously, it can lead to more issues. Correct. You know what I mean? Like,
for me, it was more always jobs.
Yeah, okay? Of course. That was my first, that was my first thought when that happened. I was like, all right, that's going to suffer. You know what I mean?
If no one's buying,
that's right.
Manufacturers are going to have to recoup their costs one way or another.
Yeah.
And then you have them going away. Look, I'll give you a better stat, and this is one I actually found out today. So the two-way trade between each country, okay, so back and forth, last year was 252 billion. Okay, so that's the amount of money that we make between. Now, for Australia itself, that was 27, I think just above 27%. So of the entire trade that Australia does, China almost just gets over 27% of the entire thing.
Is that it? I was expecting more, to be honest.
Man, that's a lot for one country. Think about it. How many countries around the world, and more than 1/4 of your trade?
Well, because geographically, I mean, China is not that far. Because look, like, the shittest thing about Australia is
his location.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, it makes sense. Like, I can see where the what can I say? The panic is starting to come from, in the sense that obviously China is a big importer export of us, or we are to them.
Yeah.
I can see it's going to affect us, but bro, surely that 27% out of the 100, we can try to resolve it out to others. You know what I mean? It might end up costing a bit more, but surely, like, in other places in the world, people are willing to drink wine. You know what I mean? and they say Australia produces one of the best wines in the world. So it's like, I don't find that as such an issue. It's just a problem that can be solved, I think, anyways.
And that's what I was trying to get at to with the beginning, which is, this has all got to do with money. Okay, at the end of the day, this is all finance. Okay, it's got nothing to do with who hates who. It's about, how do I economically hurt someone? Yeah, and that's the trend nowadays. When you hate someone, it's tariff. Yeah. Trump did the same. Certain European countries do the same. Everyone does the same.
So do you reckon there are businesses in China going, hey, government, relax, like, we want to drink our wine, you know? Do you reckon there's people out there going, yeah, brother, we're getting Australia, you know?
I reckon, because the way that China is set up, I think that they're gonna find their resource one way or another.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what I mean. I reckon they've already backed themselves up. Yeah, we've got more wine coming down. We got vodka coming down from Russia. You know, we're set up from Europe, brother. Fuck your wine. Get it out of here.
Or they just go, you know what? Deal with it for now. Our aim is to get this cheaper. Just deal with it for now. Because you got to keep in mind the tariffs that they're putting on.
Yeah.
Who's getting the money?
Do we know, like, what the reason is for the tariffs? Like, have they mentioned? Have they said, you know what? Like, I know this started from Australia trying to set up some inquiry to gain some compensation from the COVID. Like, yeah, good luck trying to enforce the country to pay.
It wasn't the compensation part of it. It was the fact that when Australia, who was it? Scott Morrison. Yeah, when he first said that there needs to be an investigation. We sound like Jeff. Jeff Tuvey from Manly? There needs to be some investigation.
There needs to be an investigation.
When he first came out and said that, and then America started pushing on that as well, and we backed them. China went, yeah,
that's what I mean.
Pretty
It all
much.
started from there.
Yeah.
Like, who do you reckon G'd up Scott Morrison? Be like, get him, bro. You got to start calling China on what they're fucking doing. You know.
I think.
You reckon it was his wife?
Honey, these Chinese. No, I think the biggest problem was when it all actually happened and everyone was starting to point the finger at China. I think Scott Morrison said, "I can be the bigger guy here, and I'm the big one here."
I'm gonna put my balls on the table,
and now my balls are getting stamped on.
Yeah.
But look, this could go potentially bad. Okay, for Australia
Yeah,
itself.
bro. That's why it's so worrying.
But at the moment, I don't believe it will, because there's too much on the line for both countries. Look how far they come, and you got the trade agreement with China itself, and now you got what's his name, Dan Andrews, who signed the deal with China to begin with, which everyone hated him for. That he organized some sort of it was a buying sector or something. I don't quote me on that one, but he organized something that he can't back out of. So he's sort of stuck in the middle as well now. So it's like, oh man, I just dealt with the fucking coronavirus issue. Now I've got a
call
China
up Scott
issue.
Morrison. Hey man, you're stuffing up my plan.
The money, man. The money. So he's got his own personal problem here, but this is more along the lines of like we're hitting stuff that it's starting to hit the job sector. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's hitting
that's
massive
the most
job
worrying
sectors,
part, of course.
And when it hits the job sector, so you got your wine industry. Okay, yeah, but I get it. We don't drink, but people that do work in that industry, whether they drink or not, is going to be affected by jobs.
Yeah.
Then you got the raw materials itself, which is coal and iron ore, which I think I was reading an article today where they were saying that China was actually keeping the raw materials offshore, where as in like you're not coming in. So we got your own suppliers are coming to a standstill.
Yeah.
So once that's happening, you got your own factories down here that are coming to a standstill.
Yeah, yeah.
Then people don't work, and look, we're
Everything
heading into
starts halting. Yeah.
and we're heading into a holiday period at the moment as well, which is going to cause even more massive issue.
Because like I'm split down the line where it's like I want to see China go. You know what? Keep going, bro. Keep going. Honestly, keep going. It's like let's see how far this goes. I want to see the outcome of it. Like. Obviously, that's just my
your Hollywood mode.
inner anarchist going. You know what? I want to see drama, but then obviously, in reality, I don't want it to happen.
Yeah.
Like, of course, I wanted them to go. Look, you know, shake hands. All right, boys, you had enough. You pulled your dicks out. You had a big measuring contest. It's all good. But I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm very curious. Like, I'm very intrigued at the fact that I don't mind China doing what they're doing. Like, of course, I live in Australia. This is affecting me. Don't get me wrong, which is a bit ironic, but it's I don't know. It's
You're having your Hollywood moment here in your head.
Like,
what about if the Joker comes out and starts doing stupid shit?